sweet, sweet vibration reverberating between your ears. I happen to have a big gap where I used to store my brain, and it makes music sound better. Yeah, it's an echo chamber inside of my noggin.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's interesting.
Exactly. I took some lobes out, and now music sounds better than it ever has.
I have been traveling, doing like real life work, kind of bullshit. So I haven't been focused on listening to music, trying to find anything. I hear you got some new shit.
I got some new tunes coming.
You got some new shit. You got some news.
On YouTube, Twitter, Tumblr, Instagram for more tunes.
Not you. I mean your list that you were talking about yesterday.
Yeah, I suppose so. Yeah, there's some. It's kind of interesting because I as well had been a little bit. I was trying to kind of clean my ear out because I've just really been keeping my ear to the ground with new music coming out this year.
Okay.
And I went to Ohio for my girlfriend's mom's wedding, and it felt like during that time, so many albums.
Whose wedding?
My girlfriend's Sierra.
Uh-huh.
Mom's wedding.
Oh, her mom got remarried then?
Her mom got remarried.
Oh, congratulations.
I know, right? Congratulations.
Does Sierra watch this podcast?
Sierra sometimes.
Sometimes?
I mean, she hears me talk enough.
Yeah, right. Well, she never hears me talk.
I know, right? She. I'm sorry. I don't mean for this to sound fake or anything. We just started the podcast up, but she always thinks that you have just the most interesting stories.
Well, I know this was just a minor oversight on her part, but she's recently planned a birthday party for you, and I have heard nothing about it until you told me the story about how you just found out about it. So, bad Sierra.
Oh yeah, seriously.
She should have got a hold of me.
Right?
Your podcast buddy.
I know, exactly. And she didn't hit up the echoing like Brooke and Nicole.
Yeah, I wouldn't either.
Well, those dudes still became pretty good friends of mine over the past year.
I don't know what's going on with that.
I know, it's a wibbity wobbity.
Well, you can't be too aggressive with it. But yeah, I haven't actually heard from the girls in a long time.
I know, right? I would love to hear if there's some, because they're working on some type of a new project. Apparently, it's sludgy. Doomy.
Cool.
The guitarist Joe that was in it said, "I don't like anything fast."
Really?
Yeah. So I was like, "Oh, you're perfect."
Yeah, that's true. You don't like fast stuff.
Yeah, because I would always just try to put a little pump into anything that was like really. I can jive with something that's like slow, and groovy, but I want to put a little into it. Like I want to take the like if the tempo is slow, I want to just bump the tempo up just a little bit, so where it's still slow, but to where I can kind of make a groove hit a little bit harder. Make the bass drum a little bit more forward.
Oh yeah,
have the snare be a little bit more forward.
You don't need a fast tempo to have a jam. You know, no.
Exactly.
That's There's lots of fucking really good songs that don't have them.
But for a drummer, there is definitely a choice of whether you want to play like on the beat, somewhat a little bit behind it, or a little bit forward. And I'm not talking about rushing or dragging.
Right. I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Like,
so I always want to bring the tempo forward. Like I want to play on the forward part of the beat.
Oh, okay.
You know, whereas, you know, if you're playing something a little different, you might want to slow it down, bring things on the backside, you know.
Well, the key, in my opinion, to keeping music interesting will be to do both. Whoa, mind blown. You don't have to make a decision, you know.
Mm-hmm. It could be two. I guess so, yeah.
Yep.
You could definitely do that. I definitely try to. If I've stuck with one and then I change it up, I can. I've noticed that when I listen back to it, I'll be like, "Oh, did I drag that one note?" And it'll like bug me if I like have set it off at a certain pace.
Like if you didn't do it on purpose.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
But I love how like music, especially us being the rhythm section generally with bands, we're definitely songwriters within the songwriting. Like we make so many decisions.
I'm more of an arranger.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That's big.
It's like BNSF. You know that company? We don't make the things you buy. We make the things you buy better.
Oh, no, I don't know that company.
Oh, yeah, it's BNSF. It's like this. I think that's BNSF. Anyway, it's some weird, I don't even know what the fuck they do. But that's their slogan. We don't make the things you buy, but we make the things you buy better.
Oh, I like that.
And so that's kind of like, that's what that's like my specialty. You know what I mean? Right. Let me hear your riffs.
Right.
Now let me fuck it up so you don't even recognize it.
Exactly. It's almost like you're a producer within the band.
I like, I'd like to produce a full band. And not be a part of it, only be the producer.
Right. And you're thinking of producing like you know how Steve Albini is like all anal about it, and he's like, I'm a sound engineer, I'm not a producer. Like, are you thinking of like being that type of a producer to where you're like helping the band make like decisions? Because I think you'd be good at that too.
Oh yeah. Straight Rick Rubin. Yeah. Get up in there.
Have you ever looked at some of the credits for Rick Rubin, and like there's some credits for Rick Rubin, and instead of saying produced by Rick Rubin, it says reduced by Rick Rubin?
Oh no, I have not seen that. That's fucking interesting.
It is.
Yeah.
Really interesting.
Yeah, but everyone's got their own sort of ideas about what creates a sound, and I mean, if you want to do, like, if you're in a modern metal band and you want to sound like all these other modern metal bands, then there's a right way to do it. You know what I mean? But if you want to create a sound, there's just no right way to do it. You just create the sound.
Yeah. Are there any like metal bands that you really like? Either classic metal bands or metal bands that are like have a sound that no one else is using?
I mean, right off the bat, when you say what, like, if you were to go, what's your favorite metal band? I'd say Sepultura.
Oh yeah.
I mean, just without just easy Sepultura. Yeah.
No thinking.
Yeah, no thinking at all.
Right out.
It's just boom. Yeah. I had Sepultura Arise. I had that on tape when I was younger. I had it in my car, and I listened to it until the player shot out the tape, and then I dug it out and went and got another one and put it in there, and then listened to it until it shot out again.
What, until the tape was just like?
Yeah, I pretty much, that's all I listened to in my car for like 2 or 3 years.
Whoa, really? I didn't know that you could do that with like tapes, that they would just shoot out.
Yeah, they start unspooling. There's like this. Yeah, the tape will start shooting out the...
Oh, literally that'll happen.
Yeah, I mean, it's not like all violent, you know what I mean? But it'll just start, it's more like a candle drip.
I've seen that. Oh, yeah, I've seen that in movies. And the tape just shoots out.
Yeah. Well, it doesn't do it that dramatically, you know what I mean? But it'll start, it's just unwinding inside the machine. The tape has gotten out of the cassette. And so once that happens, it just starts until it eventually comes out the front.
Oh, wow.
Because it's just unwinding the tape.
Hey, that old technology, dude. It's a literal house for your reel.
I've been in cars with an 8-track player.
What? Really?
I've been on a road trip in a car with an 8-track player.
That must be huge.
Oh, yeah.
Jeez. Man, just think of that, the short amount of time. I feel bad for all the people that got speakers, like really, really nice speakers, but with the input that's for like old iPods. Old iPods, like they have the very specially designed iPod dock, and the way that you plug your music into your stereos, you take your iPod and you put it on the dock.
Oh, right.
And that was just such a short amount of time. That was viable.
Right.
Dude, how long were people using 8 tracks? Like, was that a 70s thing? Was that an 80s thing?
Yeah, I don't know. I'd say a good 10, 15 years, I'm guessing. But yeah, I remember it was the 80s that I remember still seen them.
Mm-hmm. Oh, okay.
You know? But then we were watching Laserdisc in the 80s too.
Wow, yeah.
And they were like fucking big as records.
Jeez.
You know what I mean? But it was all like some badass thing.
Yeah, man.
The quality, I guess, was better than VHS. Well, definitely VHS sucked. I still have a bunch of VHS right there. Half that cabinet's filled with VHS right there.
Stripes. Star Trek.
Yeah, if someone wants to talk
Motion
about
picture.
Bill Murray's best movies and doesn't mention Stripes, they don't know fucking Bill Murray.
I'm not like a huge Bill Murray fan,
Mm-hmm.
and I still haven't seen Stripes.
And then people who want to, you'll go, hey, what's your favorite Bill Murray movie? And they'll say Zombieland. I want to smack him in the fucking face. Because that's not a Bill Murray movie. Just because he's in it, he has like a fucking cameo role.
He has the worst death.
Yeah. You know?
Oh my gosh, that part just almost made me like completely like not enjoy the movie anymore.
Where they kill him?
Where they kill him, yeah. Because to me, I was just like, oh my gosh, that's so dumb. He just like, he talks to this other zombie hunter like, hey, you know it'd be super cool? Hey, watch this. I'm going to act like a zombie to a zombie hunter with a loaded gun. This is going to be hilarious. Watch this. And he comes in, and they shoot him. It's like, what did you think was going to happen?
Yeah.
Totally took me out of that moment.
Oh, it was fine.
It was fun. It was fun. And then I saw the movie again, and I expected it, and I was like, this is actually a great movie.
Oh, that is a great movie.
It is good.
Yeah, because that's, my kids, their mom used to show them zombie movies and shit, and they used to be all freaked out. And then Zombieland came out, and I was like, look, see, that's how we're going to be. We're going to have a trunk full of tools. We're going to be fucking pulling up to the grocery store and like, hedge clippers, chainsaw,
That is it's like I just remembered when that was so popular. Like before there were seasons upon seasons of like a certain zombie themed TV show.
2010.
About. And it was like
that was the end of like decent zombies.
Yeah.
Now it's just like kind of beating a dead horse.
It is.
Ba-bum-bum.
Yeah, I remember there's the Zombie Apocalypse Survival Handbook, and people were making like Pride and Prejudice about zombies.
Dude.
And Abe Lincoln Zombie Killer. And
the Zombie Survival Guide by Max Brooks, dude. I actually have it. I think it might be sitting right up on top. The fucking weak, dude. Selenium and how he tries to describe the zombie outbreak and the virus and shit. It's fucking weak, dude. I was just like, oh man. That's Mel Brooks' son.
Really?
Yeah, Max Brooks.
Oh, whoa.
Yeah, so he's like, I don't know.
Huh, interesting.
Yeah, I didn't really care for the book. Yeah, you can see it's marked. It's about halfway through, and I just, page after page, was going, it's an eye roller.
Really?
Yeah.
Is there a story, or is it just a handbook?
It's like a collection of first-person accounts, like the zombie outbreak took place, and then I think there's one person narrating it, and then they're going around interviewing other people, and they're telling their stories about the zombie outbreak. That might be World War Z. I might be confusing them. I think that's World War Z.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And this one's just, I don't know. Fuck, it's been a while. I read both, half and one.
Oh, okay.
Or half of both, actually, and they both kind of, I don't know. Yeah, his zombie science is weak.
His weak zombie science?
Mm-hmm.
That's a funny thing to say.
Yeah.
So, probably true. In terms of books, I'm reading something that's really interesting right now.
Yeah?
Yeah, it's by an author named Lizzie Goodwin. Is it I can't remember whether it's Lizzie Goodwin or Lizzie Goodman. Lizzie Goodman.
So it's like John Goodman's sister.
Could be.
Yeah.
It's called Meet Me in the Bathroom. And then the subtitle is
about cocaine.
It involves a lot of cocaine.
I bet.
It's called Meet Me in the Bathroom: Rebirth and Rock and Roll in New York City, 2001 to 2011. It's all about pretty much like it starts pretty much being about like this time in the 90s where they just felt like they were either like hardcore punk groups or they were either hip hop groups.
Okay.
And then it takes you through like from the late 90s where like all these bands started like making really cool music in New York City, and like it goes through like the Strokes becoming a band, the Yeah Yeah Yeahs becoming a band, Interpol, Death from Above record label, and I feel like where it's going to end is when like pretty much around like 2011, like I think it's gonna go from kind of garage rock being like a thing that's like really bubbling to Brooklyn being just like filled with tons and tons of bands. Yeah. Because it's by Lizzie Goodman, but much like the Beatles anthology Revisited, the book is presented as all interviews with people that she conducted.
Oh, that's interesting.
Conducted interviews with, and through the interviews, they all tell the story.
Yeah, I started doing a Merced documentary one time.
Ooh.
I think I started in the 60s with the Brogues. Have I told this story before? I don't know. I might be repeating myself.
Not on the podcast.
Anyway, yeah, Merced music for rock and roll basically starts with the Brogues. They had a one-hit wonder back in the day. And the drummer and the bass player, I believe, went to San Francisco and joined Quicksilver Messenger Service. And they were like the ones that brought Janis Joplin, The Doors, Santana, I think, played Merced way back in the day. Yeah, a bunch of fucking, you know.
That's awesome.
Well, I mean, it's right in the middle of L.A. and San Francisco. And so I grew up in Merced as a musician with those stories.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Janis Joplin played here. Fucking The Doors. I loved the fucking Doors when I was a kid, you know what I mean? So I was like, yeah, it's California, dude.
Wow.
There's no reason why any one town can't be a good stop on the way to L.A. or on the way to San Francisco.
Right.
It's ridiculous, dude.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, exactly.
But slowly over the decades, live music is just not really what it used to be, man.
No, not at all. And I like your perspective on your history and your experience with Merced music, because my experience was so different.
Oh yeah.
Like what defined my music live experiences in Merced was that when I pretty much came of the age where I was interested in going to shows, the Mainzer had shut down.
Oh well.
And, and from then on, it was like every 6 months there would be a church in town that started throwing shows.
Oh right.
And they would pop up, and then they would go, "No, we don't want to do that anymore."
They'd be like,
go to a different place.
"Oh, sure, let's help the kids," and then the kids would come and fuck everything. They're like, "Oh, no.
Yeah."
Yeah. We used to. We would just scour the town for places that would let us do just one show.
Yeah.
Yeah. We just need this space for the night. We played in Yosemite Parkway at You Save Liquors in their parking lot.
Wow.
Yeah. Someone just was like, "Hey, let us play." All right, cool. So we played. We brought a bunch of people. Brought a bunch of people who bought beer. So he was like, "Yeah, you guys want to do it again next week?"
Nice.
So we did it again.
I've never heard of there being like a liquor store parking lot band.
Yeah, it was pretty awesome, dude.
That's right.
Yeah, well, we would just, I mean,
do you come back?
Our band practiced out in Snelling, in that park, Henderson Park.
Okay.
In the rain, under a gazebo with a generator, because we had nowhere else to play.
Oh, wow.
So we just drove as far as we could out into the country.
Damn,
but it was raining pretty bad, so we went under the gazebo. And some farmer dude came out. What the fuck? All pissed off.
Farmer dude.
Yeah. He was, dude.
That's
some
awesome.
rancher farmer dude.
Dang, that's great. Such a scenic drive out to Snelling, too. It's like so short, but it's so relaxing.
Yeah, in the rain with all your gear, it's a little bit stressful.
No,
you know what I mean?
No,
you know?
no,
so
yeah,
I think we had vans.
No, being a musician, much like having freshly permed hair, you just learn to hate the rain.
Dude, early Empires, man.
What?
Every time we had a show, it fucking rained.
No.
Yeah, it was just so like
Weird.
Yeah, it was weird. We'd book a show and it was just like, okay, it got to the point where it was like a joke, like, oh, it's gonna rain, and fucking sure enough, middle of the fucking summer.
Wow.
Yeah, it rained for 2 hours just while we were playing. Crazy.
It wasn't. It's gone off in a different direction than what you were in, but I'm excited. If they put something out in the future, I'd be excited to listen to it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Much like Brooke and Nicole.
Yeah.
I think that the best things that Echoing did was we've talked about this numerous times. The stuff that they did as a collaboration with each other is like the strongest stuff that I've heard them do.
What's going on there?
It's good.
What gives here? There.
You good? Oh wow.
Yeah.
Oh, that feels way better.
Oh yeah.
Oh, okay, great.
Yeah, stiffy now.
It's stiff now. It feels nice and hard.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can. This Merced has a lot of stories.
Oh yeah. I got a lot of stories from Merced. It's just anywhere America, but it's anywhere America in California. We could easily drop to L.A., San Francisco, Sacramento, to the mountains, the desert, the fucking beach.
Yeah, we can. Yeah, there's a lot of possibilities here. Do you know the Sisters of the Valley?
I know of them.
Of them? Dude, Sierra just sent me a video that came out of them smoking weed with Aubrey Plaza.
I don't know who that is.
Aubrey Plaza is an actress. She was in Parks and Recreation.
They're not even fucking nuns, dude. It's so annoying.
Well, I mean, they if they say that they're nuns and they run a nunnery, I mean,
what the fuck ever. Yeah.
I mean, they definitely.
They're annoying. That's my.
They're
opinion.
annoying.
It's annoying.
That's your takeaway from it.
It's some bullshit. Like, just do your thing. Why do you gotta put this fucking fake nun? Fucking bullshit. What's this? The fuck?
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. Anyway, I just don't get that part of it because they're not religious and they're not nuns, but they want to call themselves nuns. Like,
I can't. I think that might be to their benefit.
It's cultural appropriation, Dante. You know what I mean? If you're not an Indian, don't wear a fucking headdress. If you're not a nun, don't wear a fucking nun headdress.
Well,
or don't call yourself a nun. Call anything else. Fucking, I don't know, peg.
Well,
make some shit up.
There have been multiple different. There have been different types of nuns. There's been like nuns that are Catholic nuns, and then there have been nuns that have been like basically just midwives that like are like much like the Sisters of the Valley are pretty much just like, oh yeah, we're just a bunch of women that'll help you give birth.
Yeah, I mean, I don't want to disparage on them, dude. Good for them for doing well. I just don't get the nun thing. That's all I gotta say. You know what I mean? I don't want to get all detailed, start talking mad shit.
Well, I think
it's just like fuck.
I think that it comes from them viewing marijuana and its benefits as a holistic practice.
Ah, bullshit.
Might be. I saw in the video where they're
about
talking
the money, man, and when it's not about the money, it's about the money.
Well, yeah, it might be that. In the video with Aubrey Plaza, they said, okay, well, what? Like in the first part of the video, she says, well, why are you doing this? And she said, well, we're doing this first of all, to support ourselves. Yeah. Very real. And then she said, second of all, like in 2011, the government was pushing for there being healthier foods in schools, and at the same time, it was like there was that weird thing where remember that whole like pizza is the part. Someone on the public school board said like pizza can count as a vegetable dish. Someone working for public schools said that like pizza can count as like a vegetable dish for schools.
I didn't know that.
And so then she said in the interview, like, all right, cool. Pizza's a vegetable. I'm a fucking nun. All right. And she was like, all right, dude, like if you can call this that, then I can call myself that. And you can like it's kind of interesting because.
Is that an actual anecdote?
That's not, I'm not phrasing her directly.
But
that is an actual anecdote. Like that was
that was some of her motivation.
That's what she chose to say in the interview. That could have been, sound like some of her motivation.
She said that in an interview.
Mm-hmm.
You want to call fucking pizza vegetable? Well, then I'm a fucking nut.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I respect that.
Yeah, totally. Yeah, and I was like, oh, wow, dang. Because the everything up to there I heard about was like, we're holistic nuns. We believe in like, and that was like, wow, I respect that, dude. She was very, and like her
well, I
attitude.
mean, like, I just like that fucking, I like to see just an honest, downright, honest fucking religion. You know what I mean? Right. Oh, wait. Well,
oh, wait. Isn't that an oxymoron?
Yeah, it is. Because it's like, no, we want to be really honest. Mm-hmm. It's fucking bullshit. Everyone go home. Let's go.
Right.
And that was the end of that church.
It's, yeah. Religion is so, it's like, it's so interesting because it's like, there's definitely an evolutionary purpose to religion. You know, like there's a reason why. And then what's this one called?
Hold on. That was a bad time to ask me a question. Sure.
It's like religion must have had like a bunch of
the Mendo.
Mendo.
Very good.
But aside from that, you coughing made me remember that like Snoop Dogg has an awesome podcast now.
He does.
Mm-hmm. And there's a lot of coughing on it.
Yeah, Snoop Dogg's pretty rad.
He's
I
great.
like Snoop Dogg.
I love Snoop Dogg.
Yeah. Is he doing that Snoop Dogg Martha thing? Or is that just like
I think
a fluke?
I think a second season got ordered. I think
really?
he's in between the first season being kind of an internet success.
Yeah.
And then
Martha Stewart, oh man, turn off your ringer.
Your ringtone sounds like the start of like a really banging hip hop beat.
Yeah. We need to sample that.
Yeah, right. Sample it. Mm-hmm. I like Snoop Dogg. Snoop Dogg came out with a new album recently called Never Left.
Nice.
It's like a picture of him like 18 or something. Like face just like he's got peach fuzz and he's just standing in front of a road sign.
Oh, that's interesting.
And the album is honestly okay. Like I think it kind of gives up its concept of being like never left. I'm all about my old school tunes. I'm all about like that vibe because like pretty soon into the album he just goes like, all right, here's a trap song, here's a club song, like you know it kind of leaves that concept and starts getting into like more of a variety show.
Oh, that's cool.
But it's got some if you like Snoop Dogg, there's definitely songs on there that I would recommend. Like,
yeah.
Mm-hmm. Where he's
of course I'm gonna check it out.
Yeah. The first like 3 songs I actually think are like really good.
Yeah.
Like like I think the whole thing is good, but the first 3 songs I was like
yeah, there's not like a
bump to it.
Like not everyone can rap. Right?
Yeah.
And not everyone can rap originally.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
And not everyone can rap originally to where it's cool.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Uh-huh.
But like Snoop Dogg had his own fucking thing going on and just did it his way and people rip him off.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Totally.
So, I mean, yeah.
Yeah. It's like he straight up made words. Just like for shizzle my nizzle. Like anything with an izzle at the end of it is totally just like it's not even a joke anymore. You're just like it's just
He did all kinds of crazy shit, dude.
He's rad, man.
Yeah.
I love that guy.
I've actually known quite a few people that have hung out with Snoop Dogg, and everyone just says he's cool as shit.
Oh, for sure. That's awesome.
Yeah. But I mean,
that's cool.
A lot of people, when they hang out with celebrities, they're just, it's like that hot chick. You ignore the mole on her neck.
You what?
You ignore the mole on her neck.
Oh.
She's a hot chick, you know what I mean?
Mm.
So you just don't see the...
That's true.
The bad stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Celebrity, man.
Yeah, exactly. Well, celebrities are kind of interesting because they can get to a certain point where you just... Their aura and their vibe and everything that they've done just kind of overshadows any type of physical thing about them.
I've never met like anybody that, I mean, I've only really met 2 famous people that I can think of, but I just saw them as people, dude. I didn't really, it wasn't like,
Yeah.
And I didn't even realize, like, I walked away and they were like, dude, that's a Dalai Lama. I was like, oh.
You're like, dang, I thought that was a turtle that could learn how to walk.
I was just like, oh, you look kind of like a badass, you know what I mean? All those people fucking...
Yeah, right?
See, because he was walking around, there was just like this group of people following around,
Uh-huh.
So I didn't really,
Yeah.
He was cool, dude.
Cool.
We're the only white people there, so it's like he had to come talk to us.
Okay. They thought you were ambassadors for someone?
We kind of were. This girl that I was dating was the president for Students for Free Tibet from San Diego University. Or
Yeah.
what is that? University of San Diego? USD?
It's like UCSD.
UCS, yeah, something like that. She broke up with me. Fucking bitch. No, she's really cool. I love her.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Case in point, the celebrities that arguably there was the biggest conundrum about, the Beatles.
Right.
Like Beatlemania. Take those guys individually, and they kind of just look like normal just dudes. Like,
oh yeah,
they're all mildly attractive, but none of them are like models.
Yeah, I know.
But the fact that they were the fact that they did what they did, people were just like fainting over them.
Yeah, that's like a misconception. I think that like pretty people have a better life.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, look at the really nice cars driving by. Those people ain't what you consider societal beauty. You know what I mean? There's chubby people enjoying life, dude.
Yeah, right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So like, fuck.
Living in Merced, everyone that has a super duper nice car is just like an old dude.
Yep. Older person.
Older dude with the.
But that's
cap
regional. You go to up to San Francisco, you're gonna see a fucking young ass dude in a fucking
hell yeah.
Ferrari or something.
Oh yeah, tell me about it.
Yeah, that was a waste of fucking money. Fucking Ferrari.
Dude, there's so much money in the Bay. It's wild. It's wild.
There's money everywhere, dude. You just have to
totally
see past your oppressors.
Yeah.
Yeah, fight the good fight.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just it's wild, man. Just like it's such a different culture. Moving there soon, I'm like and I'm not saying that to dog it or anything. It's just like what I'm finding out about it. It's like I had this view before that was like everyone living there was just like super duper broke.
Where?
San Francisco.
Oh. Yeah, no.
But it's like...
Yeah, the younger generation, like, Jesus Christ, going to college and fucking saying, oh my father God.
Right.
But I mean, yeah, there's little places. I had friends that lived in San Francisco, and they always, I mean, their places were hella small, but they always seemed to be doing good.
Right.
You know? Mm-hmm. So.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I could do really well in San Francisco if I wanted, but I just don't want it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
totally.
Cool. That's like, I don't know, a place I really like, San Francisco. I'd hate to live there. You know, keep that as that spot.
Mm-hmm.
You know, can't live in paradise, dude. You can't. Once you move to paradise starts fading. Start seeing all the ugly little cracks. And, yeah, you can't live in paradise.
Right. Yeah, totally. I yeah I it's interesting the places that I want to travel to, and the places that I consider paradise. There's the northernmost city in Norway, which I can't really remember its name. There, and this goes for a huge amount of the population too. I mean, they live in a place where 2 months out of the year they have no sunlight.
Oh yeah,
It's just pure darkness for 2 months.
Yeah.
2 months of night.
Nice.
And that makes me just, I'm so curious about what that must be like.
I've seen the opposite.
Like 2 months a day.
Mm-hmm.
That's wild too.
It was, yeah.
Always feel like you're taking naps.
And then I guess it was close to it. There was only like 4 hours of darkness, and it wasn't even really darkness. It was just like the sun would come up. There was 4 hours of light, right? Mm-hmm. And the sun would come up, and then down on the same side, and then you could tell it just goes around like this.
Wow.
You know, and so like it dips below the horizon, but it's still like light outside.
Cool. Neat.
Yeah.
Man, that's really interesting. I would like to know what it's like to experience both. Definitely.
Right.
Like 2 months, like 2 months of night or 2 months of like daytime. Like.
Yeah, we sailed up from Seattle to Juneau.
Uh-huh.
And the closer we got to Juneau, the more light we got. It was crazy.
Wow.
It was like 20-something hours of light or something.
And you're just traveling on a boat, and you can tell the, like, planetary measures for change, or for time, are just changing around you.
Well, I mean, over a 2-week period. You know what I mean? We left, and it was getting dark at this time, and then we, eventually, a week later, you're like, oh, dude.
Cool.
We got an extra hour of sun.
Cool.
We already had like 18 hours.
Jeez,
crazy.
Man, that's sick.
So I'm probably fucking my numbers up. I don't know. It's been a while.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's been almost 20 years since I did that trip.
Wow.
Almost.
I can't remember the last time I was on a boat going somewhere.
Yeah. I like it.
I've never traveled by boat.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've been on boats, but never traveled by boat.
Yeah, this was an interesting, because it's only 10 foot wide.
Uh-huh.
About 30 feet long. And you're on the ocean. You're pretty much stuck. I mean, we went from port to port.
Oh, I see what you mean.
You know what I mean? So it wasn't like days and days on the ocean.
Uh-huh.
But it was pretty brutal, dude.
Wow.
Mm-hmm. You can't go anywhere.
Uh-huh.
Calm down.
Calm down.
Yeah.
Jeez, better than... I wonder how that would affect me. I'm a really good solitary person.
Yeah.
Like, I keep myself mentally and physically really busy, even when I'm like in one place for a very long time.
Well, group situations like that, especially in a survival situation,
Mm-hmm.
because it pretty much is. You're on the ocean on a boat, and you're surviving, dude. There's things you can do and you can't do, and you're living with. I was living with 2 other dudes, grown men, and the key to living in a group like that is do your fucking work.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Right.
You win every argument, dude. I fucking been working. I did my shit. What are you talking about?
You win every argument. That's a funny way to put it.
Yeah, that's basically food and division of labor is going to be the main argument in any survival situation in the group. You know what I mean? So just do your work. Do your part. Don't just fucking lay there. Yeah, everyone's fucking hurt and tired and whatever the fuck. You're all going through the same fucking thing. You don't feel like doing it. Neither does a motherfucker over there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
interesting.
It was fun.
Work is such an interesting part of humanity. The fact that we have work. We have we have a vision for either maintaining or putting things forward, and there's so many different reasons for work. You could be working for someone else. You could be working to make payment. You could be working on a project, or you could be just internally using work as like stress relief or like
It's just natural health. When it like as society developed. You know what I mean? This one guy just became a really good hunter. This other dude became a really good fucking basket weaver, spear maker, or whatever the fuck. And Hunter just went, dude, I got this. You just keep hooking me up with spears, man. I got this shit. All right. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so it's just, makes sense. You know, we're, like specializing in certain skills is beneficial to society. You know, but that doesn't mean you shouldn't be more well-rounded in life. You know, like I learned how to sail a boat, drive a car. I've driven big equipment. I want to work on learning how to fly a plane.
Wow, that'd be great.
I think I'm going to start taking flying lessons.
I thought about that.
Yeah. Yeah, Walter wants to do it too. So yeah. So I'm like, oh, all right, we're down.
Dang, dude, have Walter's voice talking to you on a plane intercom. Be awesome. Hey man, we're gonna take you over here, and might get a little bit bumpy, but back when I was
that's not the way it's gonna work.
Back when I was a roadie for the Outlaws, I would handle stuff like this all the time.
No, like I'll fly. When we go on a road trip, I'm like, nah, dude, I'll drive.
This is your Captain Mark.
Don't you need a beer? You know what I mean? You can't drink and drive. Let me drive.
That's really nice of you, too, that you keep that up as your responsibility.
What?
The driving thing, you're good about
control. You know what I mean? Like, I've been driving for a long time, and I just know my abilities. You know what I mean? And, like, Walter's a very aggressive driver. You know what I mean? And he's very uncomfortable. His speed is like this, and he's wobbling back and forth. And so it's just like... Jesus fucking, let me drive, please.
Yeah, I've had a bandmate that totally did that, and I'm just like, geez, I can't I want to sleep on this drive, and I just can't.
Sorry about that.
It's okay.
I had to adjust. My back's starting to hurt.
It's like something inside your microphone just ate a bunch of candy, like crinkled a candy wrapper.
Pop rocks
inside, yeah.
Doritos.
What's pop? Hold on one sec. I'm gonna grab some coffee real quick.
Some coffee. What am I supposed to talk about while you're grabbing coffee?
I hope. Did I take too long?
that was a long time, man. I might have to edit that out.
Edit that out. I'm here and I'm here again.
Oh, I thought you were drinking my coffee. That's a lot more work.
Coffee just stays too hot for me, so I have to pour it out of the thermos into a mug.
I can't get it to stay hot long enough.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I
drink a giant big old fucking thing. So, yeah. But
for me, I want coffee to be very, very, like, not... I want it to cool down and not be lukewarm. That's, like, perfect coffee temperature to me.
Yeah, I want it to be just below burning my mouth. Just below that temp.
Dude,
so I'm going... It's so good.
Yeah, it's interesting how much heat covers up like bitterness or like something being a little acidic.
I know how to make coffee.
You know how to make coffee.
Yeah. And then if your coffee's bitter, just put a little salt in it and take that shit right out.
Yeah.
A pinch of salt.
I love that trick. I picked that up from you, and I've been just like telling people about it.
Yeah. Oh yeah, the last cup. You know, it's kind of like
a little salt.
Yeah, it's still gonna come out a little gray, but you put some salt in it.
Put a little salt in it.
Yeah.
What else on it?
Yeah. But everybody likes salty caramel, salted chocolate.
That's right.
Good. So,
it's very common flavor.
So if you like sugar in your coffee, you might like salt.
Yeah. Here's an example. Sake.
Sake. What is that?
It's a rice wine. It's like a Japanese rice wine.
Sake.
Okay. Sake
You're
is
saying it like a Frenchman or something.
Well, it's Sake.
Yeah, everyone calls it sake.
Well,
you're the first person I ever heard called sake.
Sake.
Oh, it's sake.
It's Japanese. It's not.
No, but it sounds like you're saying it French.
It's not Sake. That's funny. You ever do that trick? It's like say bacon or say beer can with a Jamaican accent?
Bacon.
But with it, try to say it with a Jamaican accent.
I don't know.
It's like something. It was like.
I'm not a good Jamaican.
Oh, that's what it is. Try to say beer can in a British accent.
I can think it.
Okay, let me do the example, just
right.
so that I'm not having hidden dead air here. So if you say beer can in a British accent, it sounds like you're saying bacon in a Jamaican accent.
All right,
Because
go ahead.
okay, here's beer can. Beer can. That's me trying to say beer can with an English accent. Beer can. But it sounds like I'm saying bacon in a Jamaican accent. Beer can. Beer can.
Well, I guess that you're pointing it out, but it sounds Scottish to me.
Oh, there you go. Beer can.
Yeah.
Yeah, Scottish. Uh-huh. But it sounds like I'm saying a totally different word.
You know, I heard somewhere that, like, I don't even know if I should share this shit, but the like Ebonics, we be, they be, and all that stuff comes from Scotland.
We be.
Mm-hmm.
We be.
Yeah.
I think that's
a Scottish thing.
I don't know if it came. I don't think it came from Scotland. It's probably just a coincidence.
I'm not a smart person, Dante. I just play one on TV.
Dude.
No, I just read things that other people, like smart people, say.
Uh-huh.
I don't actually do anything smart.
It sounds like it's interesting that that people from Scotland do that too.
Yeah,
I've heard. Yeah.
It's some white supremacist bullshit that some dude said. You know what I mean? Try to make himself feel better.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Because he's trying to gentrify fucking our country.
People that like feel like they have to use things like that to explain much more simpler decisions.
Yeah, right.
It's like, I'm a white person. I should have dreadlocks because people from Vikings had dreadlocks and people from Scotland like had dreadlocks, and it's like, man, you just want to wear your hair that way, like. It's all, like, just
look, man. People who don't take showers have fucking dreadlocks and they fucking live on the street. There's dudes in India with like big old nasty fucking. I mean, there's some dreadlocks I guess are okay. But Derek's aren't too bad, you know. But there's skyscrapers for bugs, if you ask me.
Yeah,
it's just like Metropolis, you know, for whatever.
I think a big difference is like there's certain people whose hair like naturally just does that under certain circumstances, and then there's a bunch of people that want to have that hairstyle, but in order for them to have that hairstyle, they have to like not wash their hair. And it's like that's so gross. Like someone once had a dreadlock like scissored apart, and there was like mold inside of it.
Oh yeah.
And it's like, man.
Yeah, you can go on YouTube and there's like all kinds of there's like a dreadlock culture where they like share their dreadlock stories and.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, that's.
I don't know why I was watching that.
That's so gnarly.
Sometime, but I was.
Body modification is very interesting.
It's because we're aliens.
Because we're aliens.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and we can't accept this earthly prison. We know we're not supposed to be here. Deep down inside. That's the struggle.
Thing. That's an interesting thing to say.
Well, I mean,
I've heard that being kind of expressed in different words.
We don't.
From like
we do, but we don't. Like, we belong here, and I think we were raised here for sure. But to survive, you know, I said a million times, but to survive the universe, we're going to need to get out into it. Can't stay here. There's a little tiny rock. All things considered, there's a little tiny rock hurtling uncontrollably through space. Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we do.
Too bad I'll never see it.
You know?
Nope.
I try to look at our society like... The way that I try to view it is like looking at it from like 500 years into the future. Because you not only do you get an idea that anything is possible, because if you look at things that happened 500 years ago, crazy shit was happening. So you can kind of see things at a distance as well as like the way a civilization goes through a life cycle.
Yeah.
You can kind of see a teenager age to like, I feel like this country is going through kind of like a little bit of a teenager phase. If not, if
I think we're more in, you know, I mean, as far as like
if you're
the
not,
Earth, you know,
uh-huh.
I think the teenager phase was like the colonization period. We're more in our like mid-20s right now, college, feeling the fucking like we've been drinking the whole time through college, and now we're out of college and we have to get a job. You know what I mean? I think that's kind of the way the world's feeling.
That's a viable,
you know,
way to look at it.
Part of the world's still partying.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like, I think most of the world's fucking... I mean, it's just crazy to think how many people are just living in huts outside, mud fucking... You know what I mean? Like, the same way they've been living for thousands of years.
Yeah, totally.
It's just... Now they have guns and Wi-Fi.
Mm-hmm.
And some of them, you know?
Yeah.
But... I mean, for the most part, we got a long way to go. I know, right?
Dude, you know, I'm going to get some Larry King posture. You know?
Yeah,
like
Larry King.
I sit up straight, and now this is how high up I am from my
I need a new
microphone.
table, is what... I need a new table.
It's a comfortable table.
It's too high.
Too high?
Yeah. I want to sit lower. I want to get some office chairs.
Yeah.
Get all comfy.
That'd be nice.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, an hour of this, and you're like, oh, jeez, man, my fucking neck, my back. My neck and my back.
My neck and my back. Someone on Shark Tank...
Jailbreak.
Someone on Shark Tank came out with, like, this, like, posture belt. And it was, like, a really comfortable kind of sling that goes around your knees and your back.
That's all up.
And it, like, yeah, right?
Yeah.
And
I'm a Shark Tank head.
Yeah? There's some great ideas on
Shark
there.
Tanker.
Yeah. You know, so many people have just so many different reasons why they're on Shark Tank.
Yeah, I mean...
Like, some businesses really are looking for a deal, and then some businesses, like, have everything together, and they're literally just using Shark Tank to get their name out.
But they'll fish those people out. You know what I mean? If they get a sense that you're not really there for a deal, they'll fucking call you on it.
They will.
I like that show because I like to...
They're like, what are you here for?
I like to hear their sharks' opinions on ideas. You know what I mean? And I try to, like, I'm listening to the pitch and I'm developing my own theory.
Mm-hmm.
I'm wrong a lot, dude. They invest in shit that I'm like, whoa, you're wacky. They do the update later and they're doing all good.
It's like and then it's like, in some instances, it's like a totally different company.
Right.
Like this one guy came on and he had this online store where you could get really nice clothes custom made. And the way he did it was he developed this technology that got you all of your fittings from a camera.
Oh, right.
And they were just like, dude, fuck your clothing company. This technology is amazing. Like, you're wasting your time trying to do this website when you've created, like, this awesome thing.
Right.
I want to buy your company, but I will... This, like, the clothing aspect of it, it's not going to be a thing.
Right.
We're going to take this technology and we're going to charge other clothing companies to use it. And it was like...
Licensing.
They were just like, I don't know, I really wanted to close. And they're like, oh, man. All right, later, dude.
Fuck your clothes.
Fuck your clothes. Listen, man, fuck your clothes. Fuck your threads. All right?
Right.
Fuck your Arial font headliner. Stuff like that is amazing. You know, Instagram was initially going to be an app that was based on meeting up with people. It was going to be like you share like your location, like pretty much just like social media location based.
Yeah.
But then they added a photo feature, and that's all anyone wanted to do on it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, there you go. Facebook was some college application, wasn't it? It was just supposed to be for some college.
It was supposed to be just like a Harvard like social media kind of thing, but it was very local.
Right.
But before that, it was a website that was like Hot or Not, where you update like pictures of your classmates, and then it's like, would you bang this person? And it's like that got like hugely popular.
Oh, I bet.
To the point where like Mark Zuckerberg got in trouble.
What's the other one? The swipe one?
The swipe one.
Swipe right?
Is that
left.
Tinder?
Tinder, yeah.
Yeah. That one's interesting. My Tinder days are over, but it was a very convenient. There's one now called Bumble. Have you heard of it?
Nope.
Now, pretty much the only shame of being in a relationship at the point that I did was I never got to try out certain social media apps that sound pretty wild.
What's Bumble?
Bumble is an app where dudes could not contact people unless women had contacted them first.
Oh, that's interesting.
So women have to do the first interaction. Dudes can't just like send you a dick pic out of nowhere.
I've never sent anyone a picture of my penis.
That's good.
Ever.
Keep that up unless someone asks for it.
No. You won't get it even if you ask for it. You're not going to if you want to see my penis,
it's right there.
It's just a personal thing, you know what I mean? Like, it's not like I'm embarrassed or anything. I'm actually quite proud of my penis, but
it's great. That's
good.
If
you want to see it, it's just
And what's your address?
Limited.
Just kidding.
Limited entry only.
What's your phone number?
What?
So then, what's your phone number?
1-800 none of your fucking business.
He's single, everybody. Mark
Blackheart. Nope. I'm good. I'm good single.
Yeah?
1 is not the loneliest number.
No.
1 is the cheapest number. The quietest number. Don't say shit to me.
Yeah, man.
I have problems with personal relationships. I'm good. Don't need.
You good?
Yeah, I'm cool.
That's great.
Yeah.
I function pretty well in a relationship.
Well, yeah, you're a nice guy. You're all patient and shit. Late all the fucking time, but
I know. Dude, man.
I know that fly is. He likes you, Dante.
I'm so stinky.
Yeah, them flies don't like that heat either. They're just sneaking in.
Jeez.
It's fucked up.
Oh,
now he likes me.
Oh, right on your glasses.
There in my eye.
Man,
Look, man, keep it up, buddy. Keep it up.
I'm having a wild morning. I woke up a little drunk.
A little drunk?
Uh-huh.
All hot, sweaty, because your house... What, you don't have an AC or what?
We have AC, but the house is huge.
That's what she said.
And so it gets super hot. And last night I didn't think I had that much to drink, but I'm just not a drinker. Like, I binge drank last night, and I just had an empty stomach, or I just like wasn't drinking a lot of water or something. Because I woke up just like, oh wow, like examined my fingers, saw what it felt like to like stand up and sit down. Yep, that is definitely a drunkenness.
A drunkenness?
Yep. I was like, all right, great. I'm gonna be hungover at 9 o'clock in the morning.
Oh, what's today?
Today's Thursday.
Yep.
And we won't say which day of the week it is, so then you won't know how long it takes for us to post these shows.
It takes a long time. Yeah, I keep going back east and stuff and doing work. And
that's great.
Yeah, I've been just busy. Go out there to do one job, get a job offer for another. It's really annoying.
Oh, yeah.
God, become an electrician, man. Take my job, please.
Well,
I don't want to do it.
I'm going to take a risk, and I think that the show gets posted out a long enough time that I can probably, like, openly talk about this on the show.
What's that?
Kind of like Spitting is getting back together, and we are getting back together to record a tribute album.
Yeah, to me?
To you, Mark.
Oh.
Uh-huh. To Mark, with love. And then the picture is just a middle finger.
Just put Mark Blackheart on the album.
Yeah?
It's just somewhere in there. Dante would like to
Thank Mark Blackheart.
say what up, yo.
I'd be down. But it's an album for an artist named Carl Hendricks.
I don't know. He's been pretty prolific, right? He's got a lot of albums out.
Ben Barnett,
Yeah,
kind of like Spitting.
like, yeah.
Oh my God!
You
can go to his Bandcamp page and just scroll way down.
Yeah. There was one album.
Oh, but let me finish the name of the project, and then
I apologize.
Oh, it's okay. We're recording a tribute album for an artist named Carl Hendricks, who passed away recently from cancer.
Okay.
And he's an artist that started in the 90s and kept on. He also very prolific. He has a group called the Carl Hendricks Trio.
Okay.
And it's like a lo-fi punk rock band that's actually more comparable to like Elvis Costello than like punk. It's like very like working man's rock and roll.
Okay.
And
I think I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, he's good. Yeah. And so I'd recommend his music. That's going to be what I'm working on for the next month. But yeah, what kind of like Spitting album were you thinking of?
Oh God, I couldn't even begin.
Do you remember?
But I mean,
picture?
It was really good, and I liked it. But I was like, God, I just wanted to meet Ben to give him a hug, dude. I was like, God, buddy, it's gonna be all right, dude.
Man.
You know what I mean? Like,
man.
Like I was all fucked up, and then I heard that shit, and I went, oh God, thank God, someone's fucked up more than me. You know what I mean? Like that album, I felt the angst, and just like I was like, whoa, very intense, so slow and patient, and just it was really good. I mean, it was really, really good.
Oh, yeah. So, what do you remember with the album cover, or
not even? No.
No.
It was probably on a tape that someone recorded for me, or a CD.
Oh, yeah.
Probably Cofresi.
Yeah.
You know, yeah.
He's
definitely the one that got me in. Craig was like, yeah, he'd just come by all the time, and he'd drop off 5-10 CDs and just go check these guys out. Sometimes it'd be a compilation, and sometimes it'd be the whole album. You know what I mean? But yeah, I still got a bunch of those. He would just, a lot of my music came from Craig. Yeah, motherfucking is an explorer, or was, you know. I don't know. He's been complaining about not doing too much lately.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Huh?
You try to get him on.
Get him on. Do
you
a podcast.
already got a bass player on that?
What did you say?
You guys already got the group together, or what?
The group kind of started with us. Me and Mike have been chatting for a while, but the group kind of started, and Mike is a local MC. Wait. Which thing are you talking about? You said you already... Oh, for the kind of like Spitting thing. Okay, never mind. For the kind of like Spitting thing? Oh, yeah, dude. We have a longtime bassist named Brian Grant, who's a monster.
Yeah, cool.
His fingers sound like picks.
Nice.
He can play anything, and he's just so... Him and Ben work together so well. Oh, I miss those guys.
Yeah, that's important. So you're going to start working on that then? Yeah.
Yeah, well, I've been working on the tunes for a long time now at this point, so I'm ready to just go up there and get them out. We're going to take a good amount of time up there. I'll be there for about a week.
Yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
And then, yeah, it'll be fun. We're actually recording as a 4-piece for the first time since I've been in the band.
4-piece?
Uh-huh. One of the other singer guitarists that were kind of like really important to late kind of like Spitting.
Okay.
Is getting back with the band.
Nice.
Yeah. His name is David Jerkovich.
I look forward to hearing that.
Yeah.
Tribute to Carl Jenkins?
Carl Hendricks.
Oh, Hendricks.
Mm-hmm.
Who am I thinking? Jenkins?
Carl Jenkins.
Carl Jenkins.
Carl Jenkins. Who's Carl Jenkins?
I don't know.
Your janitor?
Isn't it like a... Oh, man.
I don't know.
I was thinking Cannonball Jenkins fucking SpongeBob.
Oh my god. You know what's intense is I picked up so much of my humor from SpongeBob.
Really?
Dude, SpongeBob is like so... It introduced so many children to absurdist humor.
You know who makes that, right? Or who made that?
The name would be familiar to me.
Well,
but I don't know who they are.
I don't know who they are either, but they used to do Ren and Stimpy.
Oh, yeah.
And then they did,
Mm-hmm.
you know. And there's like, it's Bikini Bottom, the Bikini Atoll where they did the nuclear testing.
Yeah.
And so there's a fucking chipmunk or a squirrel living under the fucking ocean, you know, with fucking talking sponges and...
Yeah,
you know,
exactly.
Yeah, there's like a little bit more. Like if you look to the background and stuff, they put a lot of that into there.
Yeah.
That's pretty interesting.
Yeah.
Am I just telling you something that you already knew?
Not obvious. No, you're not telling me something I already knew.
Oh.
Like, I mean, you kind of are, but kind of are, kind of not.
Right.
You know, it's SpongeBob, you know? Like, if you mention something about it, I'm going to be like, oh, yeah, that makes sense. Like, yeah,
right.
I've noticed that, too. Just, like, they would do so many weird things just as a kid I'd never heard anyone do before. Like, make fun of the way that things are drawn. The thing from Ren and Stimpy, like, the super grotesque close-up shots of, like, the characters.
Yeah.
Just, like, really absurd humor. Oh my god! Just like I'm just thinking of so many aspects of SpongeBob that
Bubble Boy. You remember the Bubble Boy episode?
Yeah, exactly. They would even do things like they would use samples, like the same samples of background noise in every episode.
Oh yeah.
Like there's always a guy from SpongeBob going, "My leg," and they would audibly put that, like not just mixed into the background. Like, oh, can we use this sound over again? It's just like. And every time you heard that sound in an episode, it just got funnier. Like, and I really think that that'll be like a huge thing that's affected a very specific generation of people.
Oh yeah. I mean, I don't know. We'll see. It gets old, dude.
It gets old.
But then there was like, the cartoons were getting badass, and then Dora the Explorer came out. And it was just like, what?
Well,
and then Blue's Clues, and it was like, what? Like, it was all, like, we had so much to offer.
Oh, yeah.
And then, like, cartoons de-evolved.
De-evolved? Do you think they did?
I think they did. In some respects. In others,
the culture of cartoons has definitely changed.
Well, you know, because it's CGI.
Yeah.
Right? That's like the top shelf cartoon, right? Would be CGI. And so that's pretty amazing. They've done some shit. Grand Moff Tarkin.
Grand Moff Tarkin?
Yeah. In the new Star Trek?
Oh.
I mean, Star Wars?
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Wait, as in...
Have you seen the new Star Wars? Rogue One?
I haven't seen that one.
Oh, you haven't?
I haven't seen it.
Oh, all right.
It uses CGI to recreate Grand Moff Tarkin?
Yeah, his face.
Oh,
like, they have an actor, and then they just CGI his face onto this dude. So it's like, because it's the time frame where he was building the Death Star, or they were building the Death Star, you know what I mean? And so at that time, he was part of the command. So he's part of that story.
Oh, neat.
Yeah. Princess Leia was in it too, as a young Princess Leia. I'm gonna spoil it for you. Fuck it.
No.
You should have seen it by now. Lazy.
I can't. I know. I should have seen it, especially because if we're gonna do discussions about it, I should have just known about it so I can talk about it.
Well, I'm the sci-fi dude. You know what I mean? So I like it. It was good.
Have you seen the Facebook reports that say how many drugs have been found to be in Carrie Fisher's system at the time of her death?
That's just inappropriate.
Is it?
And disrespectful. And like, she was a badass bitch, and she she lived the life she wanted to fucking live. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Let's talk about the good things about Carrie Fisher. Fuck
Right.
that. Fuck you trying to denigrate her or bring her down. She's
I guess.
dead. She can't defend herself. Fuck you. Leave her alone. Not you.
I mean, yeah. I mean, it kind of depends on the way you take it.
That's what I'm just like.
You know what?
There's no reason.
When that report came out, I got so mad, but you know why I got mad?
Why?
It's because when Carrie Fisher was like out doing stuff and like and like being a part of like the Star Wars promotion team, like a whole bunch of people got heat because like they were like, you know, some of it was lighthearted, some of it was mean, but they were basically like, man, Carrie Fisher kind of looks weird. Like she looks and kind of sounds a little funny, you know, like she seemed like her voice over the ages just seems like it's like been really off. And like Joe Rogan said it best, it was almost like the way that they shot it. It was almost like the camera couldn't show, like Princess Leia had to like look really different than the way Carrie Fisher looks in order for it to kind of like be something that was seamless. And when people called that out, they were just like, that's really sexist of you. That's like, how dare you say that about Carrie Fisher? Like, she's just getting older. Like, that's so mean. Right. And then it's like no judgment towards her. Like, this is nothing on her.
Oh, yeah.
But if she's a person that's doing like cocaine and heroin, like, yeah, the people that do drugs like look different. And if like,
sure.
And like,
and age.
Yeah, and I just feel like so many people were called out for being like, something's a little off about.
Well, I mean, you could say whatever the fuck you want.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Uh-huh.
Like, but yeah, I guess. I mean, my favorite part about freedom of speech isn't that you get to say whatever you want. It's that I get to tell you to fuck off when I don't like it.
Right, yeah.
You know, and I don't have to listen to it.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
I just feel like if we could have had people could have had a conversation where it's like, oh man, yeah, like that's what kind of, drugs have an effect on your body. Like they have.
Definitely.
They have an effect on your body, and you know, whether or not someone needs help, you know, maybe that's like
everything has an effect on your body.
Everything,
the air you breathe, the food you eat.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Everything. So it's like, yeah, of course, drugs are going to affect you, and they're going to affect some people a certain way. And she could, I mean, the way she looked might have had nothing to do with anything.
Nothing to do with it.
It was just a genetic predisposition to fucking get old. I mean, I think we all have that.
Yeah, totally.
Some a little more than others.
Mm-hmm.
I'm starting to get there.
But
I need to cut my hair, but whatever.
I just feel like everyone that might have, maybe if you had a different conversation where it would have cared about like, you know, drugs and aging and like everything, it was just that everyone was just called out for sexism.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't know. If you go just look up Carrie Fisher, we've talked about that. I know we've talked about this because we talked about it when she died. But you go look up Carrie Fisher interview, and they're kind of fun to watch, dude. She's a good interviewer.
Yeah.
Interviewee, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Person who gets interviewed.
Yeah, she's pretty fun.
Yeah.
Bless her soul, man. She's awesome.
All right. People die.
People die. People lie, but people
I went and looked up my friend today.
Looked him up?
And he's dead. I just found out my friend was dead today. I was like, wow. He's an older dude, you know?
Uh-huh.
And when I first started my business, he sort of helped me out, got me some jobs, ended up getting me this job with this contractor and stuff. I worked, like, close with him for a couple of years, and then he moved away.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I sent him a request on Facebook a while ago, and then I went and looked up to see if what was up.
Mm-hmm.
And I had sent a fucking friend request to a memorial page. He died last year. I didn't even realize it when I sent the friend request.
Mm-hmm.
It's fucked up.
Man.
Yeah, he's a good guy though.
Yeah.
He's a really good guy. Worth mentioning. Not to bring you down.
No.
But
No.
we're all gonna die.
Yeah, that's true.
I'm fucking pissed off about it too.
Mm-hmm.
I deserve to live forever, damn it. I would too. Even if it was only for a little bit.
I would like to as well. I would like to.
see the whole universe. I mean, yeah.
I mean, it is pretty. The thing that people say is like it sucks that you would like see people die. You know, it sucks that like you would go through life and just see like everyone that you love is just passing away.
There's a fly. I don't know if people could see. There's a fly fucking flying around. That's why we're all twitching and shit.
Yeah, we're all just like trying to dodge this thing. This thing is actually like, terrorizing us.
They both have fucking ticks. They can't see the fly.
It just looks like we're just all like, twitching. What the fuck? You probably can't see it.
Yeah, I was just thinking, I was watching you.
Like that.
They probably can't see it.
Dude, this fly is a menace, man. This fly sucks.
It's got to be 100 of them. It's not just one.
I feel like it's just one. I feel like it is.
Really? Just one little lonely guy?
I feel like it is, yeah. Cause
maybe he's just lonely, dude. You know, he doesn't know what to do. He's trapped in this weird house.
Only got a day to live.
He wasn't born here. You know what I mean? He's just in this strange environment.
You know what's creepy? My brother.
Oh, it's not bad.
In my neighborhood, there are a ton of maggots on the street, specifically under my dad and my brother's car. And we have no idea why. Like, they were just... There's
bodies in the trunk?
I guess I'd have to ask. I'd have to ask, huh?
Like, did you fucking
but they're just
kill somebody?
They're on the street, underneath the cars. Maggots, tons of them.
That's weird.
Yeah. My mom was like, "You got to see this," and I was like, "I'm trying to hurry over to Mark's place. Like, I'm not trying to see this." And then she was like, "Look at this," and I was like, "I'm trying to." Oh.
Yeah.
It's creepy.
I would look under there for body parts. Did you hit a dog or something?
No.
A dead dog up in there.
I don't know.
Cat climbed up in there and killed it when you started the motor.
Jeez, I don't know.
That happens.
I mean, my dad has just been hanging out at home for the past couple of days. But my brother just drove back from Mexico.
Yeah, he's got a Mexican stuck under there.
Yeah, a Mexican.
Poor Mexican.
Poor Mexican.
No, they would have caught him.
Yeah, they would. Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah, going across the border.
Easy.
Yeah. Does he look like you? Does he have a beard and shit?
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, terrorist looking.
Terrorist looking guy.
This is a different brother?
Mm-hmm.
Because I met one in Sacramento, didn't I? Didn't I meet one of your brothers?
Oh yeah, you did.
You have multiple brothers?
I have two brothers.
Two brothers?
You met the one that lives in Sacramento. He's a year younger than me. And then Dino is the brother that lives in San Francisco.
Dino?
Yeah, Dino.
Okay.
He's the one that's currently living with Sierra.
So like the dog from the Flintstones?
Yeah, dude.
That's
Dino.
what your parents named your brother?
I don't know if they... I don't know. I think that they had a friend who named their kid Dino. I have like a distant...
That's an interesting...
I have a distant uncle. His name is Dino.
Oh,
so
okay.
I think it came from... It might have come from that. Mm-hmm.
What's your dad's name?
Robert.
Robert?
Oh. Robert Johnson.
Robert Johnson.
Bob Johnson.
Robert Johnson.
Yep.
Incarnate. Is he black?
Might be.
Might be. Does he tan easily?
Tans very easily.
You guys are Italian, right? Something like that?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, nice.
Italian.
I'm just good old-fashioned American mutt. We're so muttly that I don't even know what I am.
Yeah, my dad's Swedish and Italian, and then my mom's Lebanese and Mexican.
That's interesting.
Right?
Lebanese Mexican?
Uh-huh. Lebanese Mexican?
It sounds like it would taste good. I mean, ew, sorry, Mom. I mean, like, if you cook food.
Yeah, like a Lebanese fusion place would be great.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, not your mom. Unless your mom is a very beautiful woman.
Oh, my God.
She's about my age, isn't she?
Oh. She's older.
Yeah, she's a little older than me.
She's got a solid, 12 years on you.
It's all good, though.
It's all good, though.
Yeah, it's all good. What's up, Bill?
Damn, Mark. You a dog.
No, I wouldn't, dude. I'm just talking. I should have. Yeah, I would say that to your mom. So I shouldn't say that out loud. That's fucking.
It's okay. It's okay.
I met your mom a few times. She's very nice.
Yeah, she's cool. She showed up and we were both wearing purple shirts.
No.
What? No. Oh, yeah. She showed up at my place. She had to drive me back to my car this morning.
You and your mom were both.
My mom were both. Me and my mom were both.
I've never worn a purple shirt.
Never?
Never.
Really?
Can't do it. It looks good on you.
No, thank you.
I love anything purple. Other than black.
I like purple.
Makes me feel awkward. I don't know what it is.
Yeah.
I got. You know, I mean, shit. Just on the show alone, you've seen a couple of my shirts, but yeah, it's a little weird. Black. It's too hot for the summer, especially in this fucking desert.
It sure is.
Jesus.
Dude, I'm gonna be real vexed to go home in this heat.
Oh yeah, it's hot out there, isn't it?
Yep. I mean,
that humming. That there might be a shh in the background. That's the fan and the air conditioner. Because there's no way I'm turning it off.
Yeah, there's 3 fans. There's 3 fans going on in this house.
No, just 2.
3. Because you have a.
Oh, okay, you got me. Yep.
What do you call that? A window unit.
Window unit.
Window unit. Sounds like one of Frank Zappa's kids.
Over 100 years old.
Yeah.
Yeah. So does not have central air. One apartment does. I guess it was the district attorney's apartment in the 60s or something like that.
Oh, okay.
Something like that. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Something, so they fix it up a little bit. It's not the nicest one anymore, though. One right up here. Extra thick padding on the carpet. Made sure that happened.
It's nice that there. Yeah, it feels like it takes less effort to walk around.
Yeah, and I don't really hear them walking around too often, dude. It's nice. Wow. So it's really helped. Yeah. So that's one of the best decisions I've ever made in my life.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
Nice. Oh, I feel like name dropping right now.
Bust
People with bodies. Oh, yeah. I just remembered. I just remember this. People with Bodies just released their CD. And
nice.
I don't know whether they're calling it their debut like album or if it's like an EP, but it's called Con Cuerpo.
Okay, interesting.
And
Is it an online release or actual hard copy?
Both.
Both,
yeah.
So, god damn it! Now I gotta go look it up and post the link. Okay, Dante's gonna go look it up and send me the link, and then I'll post it with this video.
It feels so. What does it feel like to like just instead of looking at you, looking at like
the camera most of the
camera?
Time? It's awkward and weird and
yeah.
But I'm not. Well, most of the time I'm talking to you.
Same.
You know what I mean?
Same. Yeah. Exactly. So I'm not even like making eye contact with this at all.
Yeah. Well, I'm trying to. I'm ignoring that dude over there. Because I'm not talking. He's just sitting over there all fucking quiet like a weirdo. Voyeurism.
Yeah, voyeurism. Yeah, exactly. I feel like
we're not reporting the news.
Yeah, exactly. This isn't like
nothing happened today.
Yeah, this isn't like a Good Morning America or anything like that.
Cooked eggs on the sidewalk. We should try that. I bet we could do it.
Cook eggs on the sidewalk? Oh, man, you probably could. So stressful. I hate it, dude.
I wonder, should we use Pam?
Pam?
Yeah.
Pam.
Oh, that's funny. Oh, you know what happened to me the other day?
We could do that. I'd like to try it. Yeah. What?
Just fucking in the store. They have these ready-made burritos, right? For some fucking reason, it makes no sense at all. I thought, burrito Las Vegas. Burrito. Stuck in my head ever since.
Burrito. Damn, dude, that's catchy.
Right? You own that now?
That sounds good, dude. Burrito Las Vegas.
That's right.
Burrito Las Vegas.
Yeah.
Man.
Yeah, if I knew Spanish, I would put something else in there. Other than Vegas. Because Las is already sort of Mexican.
Just stand in front of a menu for a second, and then you'll think something.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting.
You'd be like, burrito con huevos.
Is it time for a remix? Contact Weird Al. What's up, Burrito Las Vegas, man?
Dude, Weird Al is in such a good place.
Dude, I used to, way back in the 80s, when I was young, you'd have to stay up till midnight to catch the Dr. Demento show.
Sick.
And he would play Weird Al songs. And that
Nice.
was the only way I could, because, like, I don't know, there's something that my mom didn't like. She didn't want to buy me that. So, but after a while, I finally got some Weird Al.
Sick.
Yeah.
Did you know, do you hear about, like, his, like, contract or whatever?
No.
Apparently he was, like, contracted to make, like, something insane, like 15 albums for his record company.
Okay.
And he just, like, he did it, but then throughout the, like, 2000s, he put out a lot less material. And partially it was because, like, it was just so much work to him to, like, pretty much when he goes into album mode, when he goes into album mode, he pretty much has to pick what songs are, like, most popular now, like, very recent, and then have good enough to material to feel like he can tour behind it. And so he just got, with his last album, he just got out of that record contract.
Oh, all right.
So now he just feels like, musically, he felt like, yeah, I had to make albums.
Right.
He's like, man, I just saw it coming. Like, I wanted to do things that weren't just albums, and now I'm free to just kind of do my thing.
Nice.
I'm like,
it'd be interesting to see what he does.
Do your thing, Weird Al. I mean, he's you ever watch Comedy Bang Bang?
No.
He's the, you know who Reggie Watts is?
Yeah.
The comedian singer?
Yeah.
Reggie Watts for like 3 seasons was like this musical side host.
Okay.
And then they had a season where it was Kid Cudi. And now it's Weird Al Yankovic.
Oh, okay.
And he's like it's like just a weird, like, irreverent, like, music maker on the side.
Cool.
Just him by his, very cool.
With his accordion and shit?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, nice.
With his accordion shit?
Yeah. Yeah, a little fucking car. It's super distracting. Can you see that from here?
Which car?
That little tiny fucking space car? It's like something out of a Woody Allen movie.
Is it the one that's parked behind the black car?
No, the little white one right there.
Oh, yeah, that one.
Have you ever seen a Woody Allen movie?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I have, but not that. I've only seen Annie Hall.
What is it?
Annie Hall.
Oh, that's like much later. You got to go back.
Oh, yeah?
Oh, yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, there's one where these people don't have sex anymore.
Mm-hmm.
They like go on these machines or something. And, yeah, Woody Allen's going around trying to bone this chick. It's pretty funny.
Awesome.
Yeah, but I guess we're not supposed to like Woody Allen anymore? Because he married his daughter?
Yeah, that's right. There's evidence of him having sexual relationships with a minor who was his adopted daughter and is now his wife.
Well,
but you know what's funny is, like, isn't that some Woody Allen shit though?
That is some Woody Allen ass shit, you know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean,
you don't put your child molester uncle with your fucking kids and go, don't.
Right. Uh-huh. Like,
sorry, uncle.
I think they
I don't have any child
I think that they adopted her as like a late teen. I think.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know the story.
But
there's just evidence, but no convictions.
I think so, yeah.
Well, then he did it good enough, I guess. I mean, what did we say? Or we have to give him the benefit of the doubt then.
I think that one reason why certain people, like, there are a lot of people that would make the argument that Woody Allen, like, got away with it.
Oh.
And, you know, if that happened to other people, they would just be like straight up blackballed.
Yeah, there's a lot of little clues, you know, people speaking out about childs being abused, children being abused in Hollywood.
Yeah, and I feel like that's like a totally viable personal thing of like, yeah, dude, if you find out that this person did that, like, you don't need to like them anymore. You know, like, you don't, like, you don't, yeah. I mean, your heroes aren't necessarily good people, you know? Mm-hmm. But also, it's like, the reason why Woody Allen gets away with it is because he continues to make genre-defining movie after another.
I guess.
He, like, that dude has so many, like, quote-unquote great films under his belt.
Didn't Bill Cosby just get away with it?
Bill Cosby's trial had a mistrial.
Right. Uh-huh. So I wonder I didn't read anything about it. I just saw the headlines.
It's very difficult to, and I mean, in Bill Cosby's case, he's so a part of the things he created. You know, like when it comes to, in terms of a Woody Allen film, you can watch a Woody Allen film and know, like, yeah, dude, like, even if Woody Allen was the worst person in the world, at least he puts goodness and thought into his films, even if he.
Bill Cosby does too.
But that's the thing. Bill Cosby is like the star of everything that he does. Like, you're constantly.
What's that got to do with anything?
It's just you
can't fucking abuse people just because you do, you know.
Right.
I don't know.
But in Bill Cosby's case, Woody Allen has films that he doesn't star in. Like Bill Cosby, everything is like you're looking right at Bill Cosby.
On a tangent.
I don't think so.
I don't see what you're talking about. How's that relevant to them getting away with being fucking assholes?
Well, because you're judging them on their work rather than like them as a person. And then you said, "Well, what about You said, "Well, what about Bill Cosby?" And then I'm saying, "Well, it's the same thing, but Bill Cosby just happens to be that with everything Bill Cosby does." It's like Bill.
I thought you were separating them. There was like a difference between Bill Cosby and Woody Allen because I was trying to figure it out. Going what? Mm-hmm. What? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
No, and yeah. Okay. Yeah. Well,
you know, like, yeah. There's a lot of musicians that do terrible things too, but it's like their albums are so much more than just their. Whatever,
I think,
things that they've done.
There's certain abuses. I don't give a fuck. There's just certain things. You know what I mean? And then there's certain things that, like, Eric Clapton and Robert Plant, both of them losing a child. Just, it makes me like them more and look deeper into their lyrics and music. That's both of those dudes, like, wow. That's hard because it's easily relatable to me, and then that happened to them, and they just continued with their career and their life. I mean, what else could you do?
Yeah,
you fucking close your eyes and you wake up every day. And you have to do something.
Yeah, exactly. So, yeah, and Nick Cave also had that tragedy happen to him.
Yeah, that's. Yep.
Yeah, tell me about it. I mean. Just gotta love what you got, dude. Like, it's it's those rare things that just like help remind everyone like life is it's such a precious thing.
Hurtling uncontrollably through space.
Yep, every little piece of
take advantage while you can.
Totally.
Yep. So I always thought that Andromeda would rip the Milky Way galaxy apart before the sun explodes, but I guess I was wrong. I was reading it. So, yeah, the sun will go supernova before Andromeda starts ripping us apart.
Wow, interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting.
But, like, if a meteorite or an asteroid is coming from the direction of the sun, it's almost undetectable. come whipping around the sun and whoa, right into us.
I wonder if that has to do with like some type of like magnetic pull.
Well, it's all magnetism.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
There hasn't been like a gigantic.
All the motion in space
crash.
is magnetism.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's the great attractor.
Yeah.
Yeah, whatever. It's something that we're all going towards. Everything is going towards the great attractor. Towards or away from? Yeah.
I wonder.
Away.
Dan Carlin has this great talk on one of his podcasts, and it's about if a meteor was going to come crashing into the Earth in 5 years, but our technology is 10 years away from attaining that technology, would the stress of that happening force our society to make that big of a jump?
Oh, yeah.
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 And then
they're already working on stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's just, you just have to put the right amount of funding and the right team on any one problem. And we could, so we got some smart fucking people with some good methods. And the fact that we've been able to pile all this technology on top, all this information on top of each other, generation after generation.
Yeah.
If the library at Alexandria wouldn't have been burned, I think we'd be a lot more advanced than we are now.
Such a tragedy.
It is. And the way that we store information now, yeah, we could suffer another tragedy real quick, dude.
Oh, yeah, tell me about it.
Go back to libraries.
Uh-huh.
How fucking retarded would our kids be if they're reading books in libraries? If they can't Google something.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Pretty wild.
Right. What if we just ran out of gas? Just no more gas. Sorry, guys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that the way that we built the education system was that there's things at home that you learn, and then there's things at school that you learned. But that was kind of that.
As it should be.
That type of a system depends, though, on us being, like, having responsibility for certain things away from it.
I made sure my kid's school knew that they shouldn't be teaching him fucking moral lessons.
Sure.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And like any sort of extracurricular, it's going to come up through daily activities, and that's the morals of the teacher and your classmates. It's a part of life, you know what I mean? But to specifically assign him moral tasks or extracurricular, it's like, fuck you.
Right.
I teach my kid morals and how to survive, and you teach him how to read, write, understand science.
But I feel like a part of like literature and history, you do learn moral lessons at certain points.
Yeah, well, that's just up to me to help him interpret or to let him interpret for himself, and not for anybody else to impose it on him. You know what I mean?
Sure.
And so,
like, okay, case in point, I don't know how a car works. Like, I couldn't fix a car.
Didn't I explain that to you already?
You explained that to me, but I haven't had to use that information yet.
All right.
Because of this,
why not?
I just haven't. I could actually use like I could use more information so that I could like constantly read about it. Yeah. But like,
I'm not trying to think of
like you said, what happens if you run out of gas?
You or get more.
You go get more, right? But like, if my car I've such an education, but if my car broke down, I wouldn't be able to fix it, and I feel like schools haven't changed as much as society has.
Right.
And I feel like so many, like where my mom works and goes to school, the parents of those kids don't give a shit about them. And and it's really sad. It's super sad, the stories that she tells me. And it's almost like the people that are involved in the public school, it's like now it's their job to like try to take care of these kids. Like, it's fucked up. Ooh, what is this? Science, please.
Yep.
Ooh. This is NFB. What's NFB? National Film Board
Now.
of Canada.
Da-da-da.
The words auto mechanics make you curious. Actually, it's
Yes.
a cinch. A car is made up of
Aw.
wheels, seats, fuzzy legs, a
Yep.
body, and an engine.
Okay.
Yep.
Oh, by the way, this is a video
And transmission.
of how the internal combustion engine works.
Works in 4 stages. First, a valve opens and the piston lowers, letting a mixture of fuel and air into the combustion chamber. Second, as it
Wait, hold
does
on.
so, the piston comes forward.
Yeah. So that valve opens because a camshaft,
Uh-huh.
right? It's up here, and this is like the camshaft is spinning,
Mm-hmm.
and it has. Fuck, this is kind of a lame video. Let me see if
Fuel
they.
air mixture. Third, a spark from the spark plug ignites the mixture, which pushes the piston down again. Fourth, the exhaust valve opens, and as it comes up, the piston pushes the spent gases out. And the cycle starts over again. Intake, compression, combustion, exhaust, intake, compression, combustion, exhaust, intake, compression, combustion, exhaust, intake.
Whoa.
The movement of the engine is transmitted to the wheels for the driver.
Yeah, that's fucking
Okay. Okay.
a little
This is an introductory.
childish.
This is an yeah, but then you go to the other one. It's like this is an introduction to.
Whoa, that's fucking boring.
You can see the main components of the internal combustion engine.
Wow.
I mean, the
okay,
cur-
you're fired.
Yeah, the cartoon wasn't. I mean, that was only a minute long.
Should we go 3D?
I feel like I learned a lot just in a minute.
This is 3D with fucking
Exactly.
jamming music. Exactly. Wow, this crankshaft, bearings, gears, connecting rods, pistons, right? Valves, lifters, cam, gears, timing gears.
Mm-hmm. Whoa.
Right? See the shape of those things?
Mm-hmm.
As it spins around, it hits the valve and opens it. Right?
Whoa.
And so this chain is timing it to the rotation of the pistons. See? And then on the other shaft underneath for the pistons, see it's the same similar thing.
Mm-hmm.
See it's an odd shape. It's an oblong shape. See how it goes?
Yeah.
And so it goes up and down. Boom. And then that spinning,
Mm-hmm.
connecting to your transmission.
Mm-hmm.
And there's just a whole different set of gears that you can go through to,
Mm-hmm.
different size gears make your car go faster or slower, have more power or more speed. See, this video is better. It's 3D movie how a car engine works. You could just synchronize it.
Mm-hmm.
We're about 147, 48. My narrative is way better.
Wow. Yeah. Yeah.
And
Exactly.
it goes right on the... Yeah.
Nice.
So now he's building the case. There's the starter. Right? You see the starter?
Mm-hmm.
So you turn that little thing,
Mm-hmm.
the starter solenoid.
Mm-hmm.
You charge that, and it pushes this little gear out into that gear,
Mm-hmm.
the big one,
Yeah.
and that turns the motor over a couple times to get it going through that cycle,
Mm-hmm.
and it starts up. Does that make sense?
Yeah. It totally makes
Right.
sense. It's really.
Oil
It's actually
filter.
pretty simple,
Right.
and everything about it, everything additional to it, is just a function to keep that process running.
And to monitor it, so there's the fuel injectors, and there's the fuel. So fuel travels in there, and that it opens and closes in
Wow.
time. You know what I mean, with everything else that's spinning.
Whoa. Neat.
The turbocharger. Oh, that's just the intake. Boom. There's spark plugs.
Music rules. Yeah. Woo!
This is a really good video. That ain't easy.
It's like I'm watching a David Fincher film.
Your power steering pump.
Dun, dun, dun.
Alternator. Exhaust. Neat little cover for the exhaust. And it says car engine.
It says car engine.
Pretty good. That was a pretty good video.
That was a good video.
It's 3D movie, how a car engine works. It's actually pretty good.
It's all floating in midair.
Yeah.
Things
And
coming
the
together.
next video is a comprehensive tutorial animation.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I actually went to Toyota school, T10.
To learn how to work on a car.
Yep.
Cool.
Yep. And then I got out and got a job working on cars, and I went, well, that was the fucking stupidest thing I ever went. I went to school to learn how to work. No, go to school to learn how to not work. Yeah, don't go to a trade school. I mean, unless you really don't have goals in life, that's the best you can do. You know, you don't really think you could do any better.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like, oh, this is my level. You know. But yeah, no, I should have. Yeah, that's why I went back to school to get my degree in geography, so I could teach geography.
Cool.
Yeah. Well, it's a good fallback career.
That is.
You know. But I've never taught before.
Yeah.
Yeah. I can. I just. Yeah. Anyway. Just never have. I just did it and never bothered.
Mm-hmm.
Fuck it. I don't like it. Yeah, so, here we are.
Yeah.
About to wrap up this podcast. Well, boom.
Ba-boom.
Yeah. We got to have some guests on.
Yeah, we do have the guests.
Yeah. We got some people coming.
Got some people lined up. Gonna have some great shows for you guys.
Dante's
Stay
moving
tuned.
soon to San Francisco.
I am moving soon. That's right.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Cool. Well, hope to see you soon.
I'll see you soon, Mark.
All right, man.
We'll
see you guys later.
See you guys later.
Yep. Someone. Where are we at? I broke it.
Cut. Hard cut. Man, the only thing that video needs is the words that you were saying written down on the side of the video. Not in the description, but like tiny words saying like, this is this part coming